Stand proud. You are strong. Nah, sit down. We are illiterate. Honestly, a higher rating than I expected from Lobotomy Kaisen enjoyers. Also, are we sure the Lobotomized even recognized the number they're rating? What am I replying to? We got Miyamura here coming in with the rating. We are never beating the allocations. If you don't know, the most recent Jujutsu Kaisen episode was exposition, lore drop, no impact frames, yap. And I think it was a masterful textbook example of how you handle these dialogue heavy episodes in animation and anime. There are so many instances where people don't really have any expectations of these episodes, setup episodes, exposition episodes. They just assume that it's going to be boring because usually, right, studios, production teams, they need to prioritize some episodes over others. Like, are we really going to be putting all our resources and times going out to animate this episode versus the next episode? Next week, apparently, it's going to fucking pop off. More action, that's where the money is. So, of course, they're going to be putting more emphasis on that. But in other production lines, other studios, that's not like MAPPA. Let's take 8-Bit Studios, for example, right? 8-Bit Studios, Tensura. We still bring this example up as one of the fucking worst ways to adapt an anime, in my opinion, regarding meetings. This is funny. Best 8-bit anime, and there's fucking Blue Lock in there. And you know what? Season 1, they are good. But there are instances, right, where it's just like a table, right? Tensura meeting room table meme, right? Like, you see this shit? Like... What is this? Babe, you okay? You haven't attended your weekly meeting of that time I got reincarnated at a conference table. In Tensura, the meetings are so just devoid of engaging animation that people snooze. It's not that the anime is bad. It's not that the story is bad. It's just that there's a lot of times where studios just don't really understand how to make these exposition scenes compelling. All it is doing is like a 1-to-1 with the manga frames, right? And just mouse moving. But in terms of JJK, the way that they provided, like, let's bring this up, right? I'm just gonna bring the episode up right here. Episode 50. This shit was masterful. The way, like, I love the flowchart informatics, right? Their usage of 3D tech to show all these different information, you know, the storytelling, well-written bullet points, right? Different flowcharts. It's great. And the entire time, it's not just faces with mouth moving. Things are happening. The direction is there. The conversation is engaging. And I was locked the fucking reacting. However, it's, you know, but for the retards though, right? That's not going to be the case. I got some responses to read, some cool retweets, and we're going to go over the Lobotomy Kaisen ratings later on as well. First of all, let's see my tweet. Yeah, it was a solid 8 out of 10 episode, maybe higher. But of course it was going to score less than 8. Why was I surprised? It's Lobotomy Kaisen after all. I honestly don't think 7.7 is a bad score. 7.7, anything I think above like a 7.5 is pretty damn fucking good. In my opinion, due to the polish of last episode, I think it should have been at least 8 point something, right? Not gonna say it's a 9 point something. I think that it would easily be in an 8 point something, and 7.7, to be honest, that's a better score than I expected. Bold of you assume JJK fans can read this tweet. This episode was cinema. You cannot give an exposition better than this. Sadly, Lobotomy Kaisen fans don't read. Honestly, that JJK episode felt like an average Monogatari episode. Damn! That's a fucking compliment in the skin of an insult. Okay, so this comment, I had to think about it for a second. Wait a minute. Is this really a compliment? He's saying, average Monogatari episode. You thought that was masterful yapping, masterful direction of story and dialogue? 7 out of 10, mid. Prof Chisa was about the new gen shonen. I think we're talking about the ball gun gamer equivalent of the anime tours coming in with the influx of COVID and Unga Bunga shit. I love the Unga Bungas though. This guy gotta be the top tier rage baiters of all time. I'm not even rage baiting here. Dude, okay, of all the tweets that you could have picked for me to be rage baiting on, this is a genuine tweet. I'm not rage baiting. Expecting JJK fans to read is crazy. Nah, I'm done. Anyone that actually read the manga, they would know how good the episode was executed. Then again, 7.7 is pretty good considering what I expected. The thing that pisses me off is this. This episode was way better than the first 6 episodes of Hashira training arc. Yo, the Hashira training arc is, oh my fucking god. Like, nah, that shit fucking down the fucking drain. The finale saved it though. What did Kaka say? I can't read his tweet, says Luke. I see you. I see you. 7.7 is a very good score for this type of episode. People should stop crying about it. What does this type of episode mean? A non-action episode? Yeah, basically lore heavy, right? I think that at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a fucking rating. It's just that when we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, the prestige and the clout with it, right? And also the associated stereotype that shonen retards can't read. That's what they're memeing about. Like 7.7, I don't think is a bad score, but there's more to it than that, right? And that's why it's going viral, and that's why people are kind of laughing and making fun. I think it was necessarily a mid-episode. Mid? What? What? Okay, mid-inflation is crazy. That was a mid-episode? That was masterful dialogue with crazy fucking plot reveals that's been set up since season 1. Kenjaku's plan, all the different shit that's been happening throughout season 1, season 2, JJK 0. Come on, bruh. Are we really gonna be calling this mid? And the Calling Games name needed a better and cleaner explanation in the manga. I think they did a good job, even though it's confusing. If it's a good job, then why are you calling it mid? They simplified it with the diagrams, scenarios, and flowcharts in the most interesting way possible. How are you confused? Reading comprehension, skill issue, you're functionally illiterate if you don't follow. I thought you were a smart guy, pizza boy. Bait. We can't fucking read! JJK fans the entirety of the episode. Zoro looking at a poneglyph. What the fuck you trying to decipher this shit, bro? You can read this shit? Zoro gets lost. He can't even read the fucking street directions. What the fuck is he trying to read a poneglyph for? Holy shit, get out of here. Episode 3 was actually really important. I'm gonna hover over this bio. It's gonna be careful. Okay. Just based off of the profile, I thought it was like a OnlyFans like an AI account. I don't know. A lot of the times, I see a lot of like OnlyFans like, you know, like e-girl accounts that's just like baiting with the most generic comments saying, wow, we needed this. Wow, that was peak. I think this person actually is a real person with an actual comment. Damn it. I can't read any of this stuff. Reason why solo... Okay, let's not talk about solo leveling's stain. Come on now. Okay, you know what solo leveling sin is? Jinwoo crying. Remember this? Solo leveling Jinwoo crying IMDb rating. Nah. Get the fuck out of here. Nah. Actually, which episode was that? It's actually pretty fucking high. They all scored 8. Damn. You know what? Shit, maybe he's right. I don't see a 7 here. Yo, why did episode 13 get a 5.5? I think that was the fucking... What happened here? What the fuck is this? We got review bombed? Anyways, I'm talking about the episode where Jinwoo was crying, right? And this shit got the most amount of hate on Crunchyroll ratings, negative engagement, and all that shit. Because why? It's the equivalent of an exposition episode, right? No impact frames. Nothing happening. Oh, I don't care about character development. I don't care about character acting. He's crying. Get that shit out of here, right? Masculinity is when you don't cry. That's what a lot of fucking Unga Bunga retards think. That's why, right? So again, solo leveling has their own sins too, but it is pretty funny. These new fans only care about... Okay. I'm getting baited. Let's read the statement. Reason why solo leveling won anime of the year. These new fans only care about flights. I got baited. You got me. You got me, Sahil. You got me. That's right. They only care about impact flights. How are you blaming solo leveling for this? Even most of its non-action episodes are rated higher than this. This content in this episode is just hard for watch viewers despite You're getting baited. Soldier, I need to ask you. Now you're following me. Nah. Come on, Soldier. We gotta be better than this. We gotta calm down. When you're on Twitter land, you can't just get angry. You gotta think. Is this a bait or not? Not disengage, Soldier. Disengage. Wait a minute. Oh, he might be actually retarded. Wait a minute. So I thought he was baiting with the flights, but he correct. Oh, this is advanced bait. Oh, this is a... I don't even know anymore, guys. Maybe he was being serious. I'm confused. I don't know. Oh my god. It's not a battle shonen. The only thing to care about is the fights. Come on. It's no. JJK of all shows is not the only show to care about its fight. I think Gege literally is a masterful writer. Am I crazy? I think that all of the battle shonens that I've read, this shit is deep and profound. A lot of people say it's a fucking simple unga boonga shit. After my rewatch of season 1, rewatching JJK 0 and Hidden Inventory, the character depth, the writing behind Geto and Gojo and Hidden Inventory is fucking beautiful. Even in Shibuya Incident, right after Hidden Inventory stuff, and a lot of people are crashing out saying it's shonen slop, even Shibuya Incident, again, the conclusion of Jogo, stand proud you are strong, the mutual respect between warriors, right? Him getting that closure and crying, I thought that was profound. Toji's conclusion with Megumi saying, I'm Fushiguro, not Zenin, and ending himself, fucking profound. And there's so much more. Even, you know, fucking Kenjaku's plan so fucking deep in. There's so much more. Dude, Nobara stuff is a little weak in my opinion. I still am very questionable about Nobara's overall motivations. But the more I think about people downplaying Shibuya Incident, right? Like, because Hidden Inventory is a fucking masterpiece. But come on, dude. Come on, dude. Yeah, you just proved that guy's point. I read the manga knowing how the story plays out, and there's even more reason to not care about this series. Nah, you're telling me that you have no media literacy. You have read the manga, and you still don't understand. This is actually a fucking skill issue. Low tier bait. Low tier fucking bait. We are tired of repeated stories and tragedy. We need new vibes. She says Shadow Monarch. Nah, he's fucking interbaiting. This guy is the biggest fucking bait account. No. Anytime you see a solo leveling Jinmu profile picture, the likelihood of it being a fucking bait account is like pretty fucking high, I've noticed on Twitter, bro. Especially during One Punch Man Season 3 drama. All the fucking retards fucking hating on JC stuff and glazing Nicholas Light's shit, right? They were all fucking Jinmu profile pictures, bro. Pero no sé amigo, pero todo el mundo solo quieres ver peleas literalmente y que esté bien adaptado, incluso con Chainsaw Man. Le tiraban mierda y que estaba mal adaptado, pero cuando salió la película, todos las aman y la película era muy buena. What does it say? But I don't know, friend. But literally everyone just wants to see fights and for it to be really well adapted. Even with Chainsaw Man, they were throwing shit at it and saying it was poorly adapted. But when the movie came out, everyone loved it and the movie was really good. Nah. People saying Chainsaw Man has no fucking depth. People saying Jujutsu Kaisen has no... low tier bait. Low tier fucking bait. I know what I've seen and it is one of the deeper stories in this quote unquote battle shonen seinen territory. Let's see the quotes. JJK fans, when they have to read and understand the story instead of making headcanons and slandering characters, I don't fucking care. But you know what? I love them though. I honestly love them. I love the agenda posters. I love the headcanons. I even love the Fujos. The Fujos that are like fucking 7 layers into hell deep, just like making the most cursed Gojo and Geto shit. I love them. That's why I think the community is so big. It welcomes every retard. It doesn't exclude, right? That's why this shit's gonna win Enemy of the Year over Fate. You have to embrace the lobotomy, right? This is the price of greatness. You want to win Popularity Award of the Year? You want to win Crunchyroll Enemy of the Year? You gotta have all the fucking retards on Fate. Fate, they gatekeep that shit. They filter out them dumbasses, right? That's why they don't win. And that's the price of greatness. How this last episode did you? Oh no, book! Oh god, book! Reading, no! I can't read French. I hate that nowadays if it's something an 8 or 9 out of 10 then it's immediately a bad score. Well, it's not a bad score. I think this again is more to do with the fact of the stereotype of Jujutsu Kaisen lobotomized retards not being able to read. The fact that this was an exposition heavy episode and the likelihood of it being review bombed because of that. Yeah, no, it all came to be true. That's why a lot of people kind of just like laughing about it. Why is everyone overreacting? 7.7 is not bad luck because you don't understand the historical precedence of it. JJK fans acting like 7.7 isn't a good rating for a heavy dialogue episode. I personally think it should have been 8 point something. I think the direction of the episode was masterful. What is it? Episode 3 felt like this, but it wasn't that bad. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Nah, I ain't reading. I'm not reading all that shit. Come on, bro. Yep, demon. They sat down and explained everything in one episode. I don't want to hear JJK is confused and they don't explain anything. Nah, it's gonna, they explain too much now. People are gonna be fucking complaining. Let's look at some of the IMDb ratings, huh? Manga readers are gonna appreciate this episode more than anime onlys. Yeah, I think that if you're like really, really sweaty into the lore and depth, it's gonna be more appealing to you. But to a lot of people, again, this is the other thing too. For the people that's been watching JJK with their fucking like head turned off, they're not gonna be catching on to all these different things, right? They're not going to be wary and privy of all these different hidden, you know, Easter eggs and foreshadowing and the theory crafting. They're unable to tap into any of that. Therefore, their experience is going to be even worse. And then you combine the fact that they're also stupid. They don't even know what's going on, right? So they can't even read what's going on and they can't even get most out of it. So it makes sense why that would happen. Like, we need to make this a color book at this rate. Like, the flowchart wasn't enough. We need to have no words. It needs to be a picture. We need to have a fucking picture dialogue. We need to have a children's cartoon book for this shit, bro. All right, IMDb. Let's see it. Oh boy, user reviews. So of course, people bombing the ratings here. This is crazy. 10 out of 10 is crazy though. Okay. Do you really think it was a 10 out of 10 episode though? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy to me. I think... yeah, people rating it 1 out of 10 is disingenuous, but 10 out of 10, like that much too, I think it should be more focused in here, right? I think get rid of this and this, it should be more in this territory here. Let's read some of the future user reviews, right? Excellent build-up for the Cullen games. It was a break from action from episode 2, still managed to get me excited. Yeah, good setup. It's peak. On merit. Even though the episode is just talking, they were extremely creative with how they showed it. Yes, exactly. One Punch Man. Exactly. Right? One Punch Man is a perfect example of how not to do these dialogue exposition moments. Still frames with just speed lines and color and fucking camera slowly moving with mouse moving. Nah. This is how you fucking do it. Mappa killed it. Clarity over spectacle. Oh my god. Where's the 1 out of 10 reviews? Where's the 1 out of 10 reviews? Nah, I want 1 out of 10 reviews. Could have been an email. Probably the lowest episode of this show. Just an info dump. The same information was given last episode. Ooh, the dishonesty. And you know what? They're kind of right though, right? There was a frame, right? There was a frame. You know, blue background, and the rules were there. Yeah. So I understand what you're baiting with. He's not technically wrong, but there was way more comprehensive explanation, not only just extending beyond the rule set, which we then questioned and got answers from you know, Tengen, but also Kenjaku's plan. Come on now, that's dishonest. Some new things came to light, but other than that, not much happened. I never realized that it's going to be an actual game. Ladies and gentlemen, with ops like this, who needs friends? Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you couldn't figure out it's a game. Yeah, I know. What else? Any other ratings? These are the written ratings, right? These are the written ratings. So these are the 15 written ratings, but there's more ratings than that. There's a very interesting breakdown here, all right? We got user ratings filtered by country. All right, so holy shit, many people voted here. I think more likely it's right here. I'm more on this range here, right? I'm more like this range here. This is actually kind of fucking crazy. That's a lot of glaze. But this, oh, wow. Now, what I'm confused about is, why would you rate it a 2 out of 10? Or 3 out of 10? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you just say 1 out of 10 at that rate? Like, you're not being honest with it, right? If you're going to be at that, a 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, you might as well just call it a 1 out of 10. Why are you rating it? This is my question. Like, what goes on in their minds? They want to feel special? Yeah, maybe they wanted to like show up in like a different metric, you know? Like, they like this graphical representation, and because a lot of people are going to be doing this, like, they want to like fill up this slot. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I could see that. It's just kind of crazy, though. United States. Ooh, 34. Yeah, USA, biggest market. There it is. Most people, yeah, makes sense to me. India. Respectful. India pulling up, much better graft than in the United States. United States be fucking bombing this shit, bro. No pun intended. India, though, much more respectful. They know. They're more honest with this shit than fucking America, man. UK. Oh, UK less glaze. UK less glaze. More in like, this is, yeah. Less people just say 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10. More reasonable. I like that. Yeah. I like that. Germany. It's about the same. UK and Germany, it's more, okay, these Germans are, nah, okay, we found the 2 out of 10s, bro. Nah, these fucking Germans. What's up with you? What's up with these goddamn Germans, bro? What? You want to be special? Nobody fucking, they're the 2 out of 10s, bro. They want it to be fucking, they did 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Nah. What the hell's up with that? And finally, Saudi Arabia. Oh, they bombing this shit. A lot of glaze there too, but no 5 out of 10. They're just like, nah, fuck that shit. And that's pretty much it. How do you guys feel about the culling games? I thought it was really fun. In my opinion, I think it's really fun. And the most recent episode, it's like, I eat that shit up. I absolutely eat that shit up in terms of exposition and dialogue. It is so fun. And finally, we have a name. We don't have to say not Geto anymore. We don't have to say no to Toshikamo anymore. We can say Kenjaku, and we know about Kenjaku's plan. There was a little theory crafting I was thinking about the other day. You know how Kenjaku's plan right now is basically, there's a lot of like Tengen Souls, right? Remember, we're trying to get Culling Games participants to assimilate with Tengen Soul. But without the barrier technique, they're going to go crazy. And then it's going to be a Shibuya incident on a global scale, right? That's kind of where we're at. Now, we don't know why Kenjaku's doing that. Personally, I think he just wants to live the glory days of the Heian era, right? I think that's the most obvious take, but there might be more than that. Itadori Yuji. He's Sukuna's vessel. He's taken in 15 fingers inside him. Why can't he take Tengen Souls inside him? You see the idea? Do you understand what I have no clue, right? But basically the idea is, well, Yuji takes a lot of fingers in. There's a lot of Tengen Souls. A solution to bypass, the assimilation is he himself is the host of all of Tengen Souls, and he then basically saves the world by doing that. How about that? How about that theory? Anyways, see you next time.